Hey, it's a podcast again.
We're doing this again?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Just checking. I know I'm sitting in front of a table and whatnot, and that usually means we're podcasting, but I can never be too sure.
We don't usually sit at tables, so.
Wow.
And Ben just nods at me.
Yeah. Producer Ben over there, you're waving at a camera that can't see you. Good job. He's in charge of making sure that the camera keeps going because we still have that camera that shuts off every, 15, 17 minutes, whatever?
Yeah, like 17 to 19 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It shuts off repeatedly, and we get left with huge chunks of podcasts that have no footage. So we're hoping to combat that now with the help of producer Ben.
Once again, waving at the camera, no one can see me.
That's fine.
Yep.
We should really film like a second angle, like have somebody with a phone or something, you know. Anyway.
Yeah.
So I guess to start off, we talked about it a little while ago that the X-Files was returning, and that I watched the entire series leading up to the premiere of the new episodes, and I have just finished watching the first new episode of the X-Files, and it's pretty well everything I could have hoped it would be. I knew I was watching a quality like X-Files episode when it started off with like a narration from Fox Mulder and like scenes presented as historical footage of like planes chasing UFOs and all kinds of shit like that, and him being all like, you know, are we alone in the world or in the universe, or are we being lied to, or whatever else, right? And you see like a downed UFO and like an alien hand and like all this other cool shit, and then it just cuts to the straight up fucking season 1 intro.
That's awesome.
I mean, they changed a little bit because they added in a Walter Skinner FBI badge and like a panning shot of that to go with the old season 1 Mulder and Scully badges.
Yeah, and they have like the Mulder Scully scene with like the flashlights and stuff.
Oh yeah, like they have the same fucking from the first episode of the first season scene of the two of them coming in a door with flashlights and everything else. So yeah, it just goes straight up like season 1 intro, and I'm just like, yes. It's good to see them back, and for those who want to watch it, I'm not going to spoil anything beyond that, but they're back, and I have been enjoying the shit out of just the concept of new X-Files episodes. So I'm fucking giddy right now because that shit was my jam when I was a kid. Little 9-year-old me with my friends, like fucking flashlights in the woods in the middle of the night, you know, pretending we're looking for aliens and uncovering fucking crazy paranormal shit and whatnot. Like, we had a fucking blast with that shit. I remember being a kid and having imagination.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the hell happened to that? He fell asleep. I saw it. It's temporary. He's just like, huh?
That was sadness. Come on.
Sadness,
You
sleep.
never know when I'm sad. Oh, hello.
You never know when things ding. But yeah, so it's great to see them. It's also guest starring like as one of the central characters to this, Joel McHale. So Joel McHale. And now we do that thing where I pick something up real quick.
And I cut to when you find it, like you're really fucking fast.
That guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like,
And then you edit in a picture of him right there.
I'm way
Yeah.
too lazy to do that.
yeah, he's from Community and whatnot. But anyway,
That's right.
yeah, Joel McHale. He's cool. He's playing like a severe conservative, like he's playing like almost like the unfunny conservative version of Jon Stewart.
Wait, is he like playing a host? Right?
Yeah,
Oh.
a host of like a
So a younger Bill O'Reilly.
yeah, exactly. He's playing like young Bill O'Reilly, only he's like, you know, man, the shit O'Reilly, he even says like the shit O'Reilly doesn't know, or no, the shit O'Reilly knows could fill an eyedropper, right?
He literally said that?
Yeah, because he's all like,
That's awesome.
he's all about finding the truth as well, but he's like, fucking, you know, liberals are trying to take your guns, but at the same time he's like, aliens are real and we can find them.
Huh. That
Weird.
sounds really interesting.
Yeah, it's An interesting idea for a character, but yeah, that's who Joel McHale's playing, and he reaches out to Mulder because he's like, hey, I think I found some proof, you know, you and me, we're gonna break this fucking news to the whole world and shit like that. He's like, because I'm a believer like you, Mulder, and so, you know, meanwhile, he's like hitting on Scully too. It's kind of weird. I mean, fuck.
It's probably one of those guys, though. It's the character.
I'd hit on her, whatever, but, I mean, what?
No arguments here.
Yeah, I when I was a kid, man, I had a thing for Gillian Anderson. I was like, might have come from just watching too much X-Files, but I was like, no, you know, yeah, all right, I'm good with this. But no, it's just really nice to see everybody back, and I mean they've got they've got Mulder back, they've got Scully back, they've got Skinner back, and as has been reported in the news, so it's not really that much of a spoiler, they've got Bill Davis back as the Smoking Man.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So he may or may not show up in the first episode. I'm not going to say. But, yeah, just really...
He doesn't show up and everybody's like, fuck you, Sam.
He does. It's at the end. Shut up. I didn't want to spoil anything, but fine. Just flash spoiler tags somewhere, whatever. Because, yeah, okay, fine, fucking full spoiler, here we go. Anybody who doesn't want to hear spoilers, skip ahead like a few minutes or whatever.
I'll put the time code.
Yeah, they get led on this whole fucking thing, brought to this girl who's, like, got alien DNA and shit like that, and she gets blown up at some point by what may or may not be an alien ship. They haven't quite determined, because there are, as Mulder finally sees, human-made ships using alien technology.
Right.
Doing all kinds of like crazy spatial warps and camouflages and hovers and all sorts of crazy cool shit like that. And a similar style ship hovers over this girl's car as she's trying to escape and just fucking detonates it.
Right.
It's like, like, oh shit, that just happened. But then you get at the very end, fucking Mulder and Scully are standing there and they each get a text and it's from Skinner and it's like, situation critical, need to see you both ASAP. And then it fucking cuts to Bill Davis sitting there smoking out of the hole in his neck that he's had since, season 7, I think, something like that, right? And he's just like, we may have a slight problem. They've reopened the X-Files. Episode ends. It's like...
So hold on, you said that the second episode is already available?
Yeah. It's like a 2-day premiere event or some shit like that.
Oh, okay, so we're still waiting another week for 3?
Probably.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna go watch the second episode like as soon as we're done here. I am really looking forward to this. But anyway, it's only one episode, so I guess that's about all I can really say about that.
Yeah. Man, I love David Duchovny, though. Like, I didn't watch all of X-Files. I watched a couple seasons, and I remember watching it a bit as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And guy was cool in that. But then, fucking Californication. Have you watched Californication?
I have seen a bit of it.
Dude, it's so funny. It's so good. But it's also very dramatic. If that's not your thing, then whatever. But he's awesome. He's so good. He just plays himself. You know? Sex grave maniac.
Yep.
So.
And that's him, all right. Hell, he's even like that in the X-Files. Like they.
Oh, really?
They sort of hint at it the first few seasons, like, you know, he's like totally addicted to porn and like all kinds of shit like that. And then in later seasons, they're just a lot less subtle about it. Right?
Interesting.
Yeah. Like he's going through somebody's magazines and stuff, and he's like, "Oh, I haven't got this one yet." Right? Just kind of like, yeah. So. Yeah, it's totally like he always plays that because that's him, you know. Yeah.
But yeah, Californication, worth a watch. Check out the new X-Files, and I think that's a segment.
Probably a segment. Okay, we're back.
We are back. Thanks, Ben.
Welcome.
Now, we'd like to take a moment to talk about
Your Lord and Savior, Lord Zener. Sorry, what?
No. Just no. Anyway, something very dear to us. Dungeons and fucking Dragons.
Could you imagine that game? Dungeons and fucking Dragons?
Just walking over. Okay, I got it. Okay, here, I'm the DM. I'm the FDM. The fucking Dragon Master. Not even the Dungeon Master anymore. I'm the fucking Dragon Master. So check it out. Sitting there. Okay. You have entered the room. Fucking dragons. Fucking dragons everywhere.
Oh God.
Dragons, fucking dragons. Fucking dragons, fucking dragons. Everywhere.
Charisma check.
Oh, hell yeah. Anyway, what were we doing?
I don't know.
We're
talking
in the
about
forest, right?
Um,
That was a good movie.
yeah, I just wanted to talk a bit about D&D because we're starting up on Saturday, and yeah,
It's gonna be grand.
DMing.
I hope it's gonna be grand anyways. I mean, I'm planning for it to be pretty fucking grand.
Me too, but things never go as planned.
Well, for example, you put out fucking feelers for everybody to write their fucking character backstories, send that shit into you. You've got, what, 2 of them?
So far,
Yeah.
I think I might have 4 now, actually. But
Yeah, producer Ben over there. How about yours? Where's your character backstory?
in the recycling bin and then gone.
Well, it kind of, I had a thought that I had saved it because I clicked on the save button, but apparently my computer's a piece of shit and didn't actually save my character backstory.
Google Docs, man. Google Docs.
Google Ducks, man. Google Ducks.
So many cute pictures.
No, knowing the internet, those pictures would not be cute.
Google Ducks.
I found 2 apps called Google Docs.
This phone fucking sucks. This phone's a piece of shit. It won't even Google Ducks for me. Hey Siri. Damn it, it's not working.
Hey, how do I do this again? Hold it down.
I think you double press.
No, double press is to
Oh,
do
I
that.
see. Maybe you hold it down? I don't know.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Hey Siri, Google Ducks.
Hey,
Siri opens Google Docs.
but she even wrote down Google
I
Docs.
saw it. I fucking saw it. But that has nothing to do with what we're talking about right now.
Hey Siri, Google Ducks.
Searching Google for ducks.
Thank you. Must be because she doesn't know my voice.
Oh.
Ducks.
Duck.
We have successfully Googled ducks.
What are we talking about?
D&D.
Somehow.
We start with D&D and we make it to fucking Google Ducks.
In
Whatever.
like 30 seconds.
Yeah. It's the power of me. We're talking about character backstories.
Oh yeah, that's right.
See, my character has a pretty involved backstory, which harkens back to a character I had like 2 or 3 characters ago. He was a dwarven monk. His name was Axehand, because dwarves like axes. That was my whole. Well, he fought with his hands, and dwarves like axes, so his hands are axes. He is Axehand. Makes sense to me.
I think
Makes sense to a 10-year-old.
Shut the fuck up. So I decided that my next character would be his disciple, who has trained under him. And of course, what better name to go for a crazy martial artist than Hansa Flalin.
Yeah.
It's perfect. In my backstory, I made him officially the son of Legza Flalin.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, oh god.
Fucking great. And then other parts of it, I just kind of stole from Die Ranger.
Oh really?
Some bits of it, yeah. But it's gonna be great. I'm quite enjoying where my backstory will take this character. Hopefully, I forgot to mention one thing while I'm on the topic. I forgot. I was going to include it in the backstory. Forgot to before I sent it to you. But he never knew his mother.
Okay.
Yeah, she. I think I was going with she died very early on in his life or something like that, like before he ever got a chance to know her.
Right.
But I didn't put it in there, so just so you know.
Cool.
But yeah, so we're going to have the adventures of who all do we have? Like, what do we have for characters?
I haven't even taken the time to really look yet. No one's given me backstories, so I haven't really needed to.
Okay.
I'm going to now because now I'll have like 4 or so.
Yeah.
But-
Well, plus, I mean, we're playing on Saturday.
Yeah.
That's gonna be great.
Yeah.
We do have Zach, who's been previously on the show. He plays a dwarven bard barbarian.
right now just barbarian, but he will multi-class as a barbarian.
Yeah, barbarian. Basically, he's going to be a dwarven barbarian, which is going to make him the most metal motherfucker you'll ever see. I've decided that he's going to play an enchanted axe that is basically a magical electric guitar.
Yeah,
It'll be great.
be good.
He'll play mostly folk metal. Because folk metal.
Because folk metal.
Also, Zach is my guinea pig in D&D. The last game we played, before we had to restructure everything, I quite literally used him to test things. For example, we were trying to get into some kind of crazy mountain temple cave thing, right? But we couldn't find an actual entrance. I noticed an absurdly flat rock. Absurdly flat. Not even like, yeah, just absurdly flat.
That might have even been what I said.
I think it might have been. I look and I see an absurdly flat rock with the ground underneath it somewhat disturbed, and I'm like, So I grabbed Zach, put him on top of it, and it catapulted him into into a pond that was inside the mountain.
Yeah.
And I was like, entrance discovered. As we were going through it, we came across, your standard like trapped hallway that has blades that come out all the walls and swing in every which fucking direction to try and kill anybody who might try to traverse said hallway. And we're, like tapping the floor with sticks and shit to make sure, like, okay, is it trapped here? Is it trapped there, right? And finally I get a great idea. I'm like, okay. I grab Zach and I throw him down the hallway. Of course, because it was exactly like I thought it was, Zach survived because only the floor was trapped. So the rest of us kind of like did wall runs and shit like that to get around it. But I like putting his life in danger. It's a great time.
Didn't you throw him like through fire at a dragon or something?
That's some kind of giant lizard beast, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was about 3 of them, and they had been encircled by fire, which was also scaring them.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we had trapped them behind like walls of fire, and they were scared and big angry lizard thing. I don't know, fire. Fuck this shit, right? You're gonna zoom in on that too, you asshole.
Yeah, sorry.
And I was like, we need a way to attack these guys, but I don't have any long range weapons because I'm a monk. Wait, I do have a long range weapon. It's called Zach.
And then you threw him through the picture.
Yep.
Just because you wanted to. You didn't even have to.
Nope.
You're like, Zach, hurry up.
Pretty much, yeah. We did like a Mario 64 style going into a painting sort of thing. And, no, I think it was actually to test and see if that's how we could get in.
Oh.
I think it was again to test because Zach is my guinea pig. I was just like, tossed him into the picture. Okay, he actually went in.
That's right. You like tried to pull the picture down, but it was like built into the house.
Yeah. And so I was like, I wonder. Grab Zach, throw Zach through painting. Okay, so we go in the painting. Got it. I have such great epiphanies like that. I think I know how to do this. Better test it with Zach.
I must say though, the dice rolls you allowed us to use make my character ridiculous.
Shayna got really good rolls too, I think.
Did she get 4 20s on her character?
I think she
sheet?
might have gotten 3. Someone else got 3.
Okay.
But
So
yeah.
I'm still the.
You're still the biggest.
Lol, 420s.
Yeah, I'm really excited for like the little homebrew things I have going on too. Like in the last campaign we did, we got a little bit of it. You didn't get any of it, but Brienne did. The magic system that's built into the campaign I have, and I'm excited to get that going. I think most people will actually be able to start with some of it, except it requires certain items, so that won't happen quite yet. But everybody will be able to use some once they get the items.
Right on. Are they rocks again?
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Okay, it's the same rocks. Good.
Yeah.
Can I just say that because I was in the last one, but only a little bit, that Hans has like had a dream about this.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. He's had a dream about certain things about this world, and so he may have insight here and there.
Yeah, and like I was planning on implementing that a bit because I know that like you know some of the stuff already, so I'd have to adhere to that because it's hard.
I would know it.
It would be hard not to metagame that though because you know so much already.
Well,
so I would try to play into that a little bit.
The thing about it is though, because I was playing the same character, right? That's why I'm thinking, like, it's the same character, but it's not quite the same character. It's the same world, but it's not quite the same world. So it's like maybe even like alternate reality kind of thing. So
point, yeah.
he doesn't necessarily know, but maybe he gets flashes here and there of things like deja vu, like he's done it before.
Yeah.
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 And I could work that in because obviously I'm not gonna go fucking spoil all your fucking adventure shit for everybody else.
Yeah,
they need to discover this shit for themselves.
Yeah.
But you know, just every once in a while, say like they're having trouble and it's something that I remember how to do, and just be like, Hansa has a flash, you know, like maybe roll for it or whatever, right?
Yeah.
To see how much of it he recalls.
Just do like a perception check.
Yeah, we can do something like that.
Knowledge check.
I'm sure everybody needed to hear that. Oh well, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know, like, I like homebrew stuff. I'm really, like, into the homebrew stuff.
Mhm.
You know, I had the magical tattoos. Each city has a tattoo parlor. I think it's called Inquiry and Knowledge, and it's like a person's name who owns that place. And each place you go to, you can get certain tattoos, and you don't know what they do, but you can kind of make a judgment based on, like, what the tattoo picture is and how much it costs. So, like, maybe if it's, like, $3,000, probably adds to your ability scores or something. Something less, maybe it adds to your skills or even other random numerical things. But, yeah.
Always go in and ask for the tattoo of strength +1.
Just literally, strength +1 on your arm.
All it really does is lower your charisma.
Yeah.
Because everybody's like, what the fuck's with this stupid tattoo? And you're like, damn it, charisma. Lowered.
Hilarious.
Be good. But yeah, look forward to many more of our exciting D&D adventures once we actually start playing.
Yeah, I imagine we can actually make that an ongoing segment. We'll just talk about once
Yeah.
each podcast what happened last week.
Yeah, especially if there's any funny shit that I do to Zach.
Yeah.
I'm not apologizing.
And then we can make a supercut of that. Just
A
all the Zach shit.
supercut of me messing with Zach. Oh gods, it's like my life has meaning now.
End segment.
We're back. Again. So, usually I like to take a little time out to talk about like a band or an album or something like that. Or, you know, something else entertainment related. Like last time I was talking about Ailstorm.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah.
So this time, Megadeth just released a new album. It's called Dystopia. Dave Mustaine has apparently said that it is essentially his State of the World address. And you can really tell when you're listening to it. Because first off, okay, so like a few years back, in 2013, they released the album Super Collider. Which, I must admit, unlike a lot of, like, you know, real Megadeth fans, because I'm not, like... I like Megadeth, but I'm not like, you know, big Megadeth fan. So I kind of liked it, right? But I knew that it was really, it wasn't really Megadeth.
Yeah.
Everything was kind of more like the kind of like rock music you'd hear on radio instead of like, you know,
That's
like
weird.
Megadeth. Yeah.
It's
So-
weird that they would do that because they have such, like, their following is so, like, I don't want to say music Nazi-ish, but music Nazi-ish.
Yeah, no, that's accurate. That's accurate. Yeah, so of course, it was met with very, very bad reception throughout most of their fans and whatnot. Like I liked some of it, but then again, that's because I found some of it to be catchy, which is not something you really expect to say when you're talking
Yeah.
about a Megadeth song.
Yeah.
So this album is definitely more a return to form. They're playing like they do. Everything's like, you know, the world is a fucking
Vampire?
essentially, yeah, like basically the world's a shit place. These are reasons why, and we're going to fucking rock them out. All right, and that's really what this one boils down to. It's all about, you know, the shit that you fucking see when you turn on the news these days. All the fucking manufactured hate that is fucking prevalent in the world today, and they just fucking call it all out, ream on all of it.
Oh, cool. I dig that.
There's one song, I just started listening to the album, so I can't remember the title, but it's asking what the world will be like, what it'll be like in the post-American world.
Post-America.
Yeah.
It's a bold statement.
Yeah. It's good, but I can't help but feel that that some of the songs are almost kind of almost promoting the kind of fear mongering that they're talking about.
Really?
Because some of it, I mean, probably not the intention. Like I said, I've only given it one listen through, right? But I mean, some of it almost sounds like they're telling you to hate certain people, right? But that might be, you know, I might be missing some subtleties there or whatnot. Like, I'm gonna have to give it a few more listens because, I mean, the music itself, of course, it's fucking Megadeth standard, so it's pretty fucking rockin' and kick ass, right? So I'm gonna have to give it a few more listens, but it's an interesting one, anyways. I wouldn't give it like a rating, like a this out of this kind of rating, but it's, you know, as far as, you know, albums that have been released this year, it's my favorite one so far.
Yeah, I've literally, I don't think I've listened to Megadeth. And if there's a song that I know by them, I don't know it's by them. I never bothered to because I hated the community around them in high school.
Yeah.
I just hated every single person that like raved about them.
See,
And I was like, nope, no interest.
I think that's part of the reason why I do like them is because where I come from, you don't have Megadeth fans.
Oh, really?
They don't exist, right? There's like 2-3 other guys in fucking Port Hardy who even know who the fuck Megadeth are, right?
Yep.
And so I never had to face any of that kind of shit. I just got to fucking sit there and be like, all right, I like this. It's fucking dark. It's fucking dun going on. Like, okay, I can dig it. And, you know, as a long time fucking metalhead and shit like that, did go through a long hair phase. There are pictures.
I have not seen them.
You will one day. We may even use one as part of the thumbnail for this segment.
That'd be great.
I think I even have a picture of me like this with long hair, so like we can use that anyway.
That'd be good.
Yeah. But no, so I mean, like, I always kind of like just fucking grooved to some fucking Megadeth. You know, I didn't have the fandom to kind of deal with, and back in the days before a whole lot of internet stuff, I didn't even really get to see what they were like. Right. Like these days, I see what Megadeth's fans are. And I mean, some of them are just like me, right?
Yeah, I know.
You know, it's not like I'm saying they're all this way. It's not a broad
like,
statement like that.
My interaction with them was high school.
Yeah.
And high school is always like exponentially worse than what it really
exactly,
is.
right?
So
yeah, and I never got to face any of that, deal with any of that. So like anybody that I've talked to that's, you know, actually liked Megadeth, like I think the only other person I've met since I've been out here that says they ever even listened to Megadeth was Brad. So like that's, you know, that's very telling right there. It's just like,
it's a perfect example of why I hate it. Just kidding. Sorry, Brad.
he's not watching. He doesn't like us that much. But no, basically what I'm getting at is I enjoy the album so far anyways. Like I said, I've only given it one listen through just to kind of, you know, give my opinion on the overall sound because I wanted it so I wanted so much for it to be better than Super Collider was. Because like I said, some of those songs were fucking catchy, but they were really not Megadeth. This album, this is Megadeth.
What album should I listen to?
I actually have, I don't know if it's here, I believe it might be though. I actually have a Megadeth compilation album that I can hand you that
I actually don't like it's compilation from like all of the albums, like the best songs. I don't like doing that. I'd rather have like a good early album that I
Okay.
can like grow from.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll go find a few and I'll see which one has got the best stuff on it and be like, all right, here you go.
Okay, cool.
Because there's a lot of stuff to go through.
Yeah,
But
they've been around since late 70s,
no,
Not that long?
80s.
early 80s.
Yeah, because I mean, Dave Mustaine used to actually be in Metallica.
Yeah,
And he
and I
split
remember
off-
that whole thing.
Yeah, and he split off from Metallica because he like got really drunk all the time or something and fucking kicked Lars in the head or whatever. And
As one does.
yeah, well, of course. I mean, if I got put in a room with Lars for long enough, I'd fucking kick him in the head too. But anyway, so yeah, then he fucking split off. Fucking, he's like, well, whatever, Megadeth, here we go, boom, fucking done. And there's one Metallica song that he wrote, but they decided not to play the way he wanted. Right? The Metallica song Four Horsemen. and the Megadeth song Mechanics, right? So the song was originally written to be about basically, well, as the song Mechanics is, about like a heavily innuendo-laden thing about like, you know, a fucking mechanic shop. Right? You know, like, God, I can't even, it's been so long since I fucking heard it, but stuff like, you know, made my drive shaft crank, made my pistons bulge, you know, just shit like that, right? But the song itself, like, structurally is exactly the same, but for Metallica's Four Horsemen, they play it a lot slower and change the lyrics entirely. And with fucking Megadeth, it's just fucking fast and just go, 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 right?
Yeah.
It's like almost fucking punk rock in its delivery. It's pretty fucking great. So that would be a good one to listen to. And even just to compare with the Metallica song, like, it's really fucking weird. But yeah, so I think I've rambled on long enough about Megadeth. I would figure we can move on from here.
Yeah, sure.
All right. What the fuck do you mean Wonder Woman committed suicide?
I mean, no. Wonder Woman news and Suicide Squad news.
Okay, not the news of Wonder Woman's suicide. All right, cool. Just checking, because I was getting worried. I don't want, like, she's gonna be the first female superhero to get her fucking own goddamn movie. She better not be fucking offing herself.
I wonder if she could.
No, you know why? Them fucking bracelets, man, they prevent from cutting.
There's a million ways.
I know. There's a million ways to die in the West. Wait, no, that was a terrible movie.
Did you actually watch it?
I did. It's okay. It wasn't terrible, but I mean, it was Seth MacFarlane.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel like it's probably low end Seth MacFarlane too, because he's done some good stuff. And yeah. Anyways,
getting off topic.
The topic of getting off. We have.
Speaking of Wonder Woman, there was an animated DC movie. I can't remember which one, where they're like fucking bashing Wonder Woman for basically dressing like a slut, they're saying, right? And meanwhile she like fucking Lasso of Truth's one of the dudes who's like hating on her, and he's like, I cross-dress in a Wonder Woman outfit because it makes me feel powerful. Like,
that's so good.
It was fucking great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was good.
Since you mentioned DC animated, Warner Brothers gave the go-ahead for an R-rated Killing Joke.
Yes, I know.
Yeah,
and Mark Hamill has said he will return to the Joker for it.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. Mark Hamill said the only way that they were ever going to get him to come back to play the Joker again, because he figured he was done by now, right?
Yeah. He said that a billion times.
Well, yeah, but he after Arkham City, he's like, that's it. I'm done the Joker. The only way you're ever going to get me to come back to play the Joker is if you do an animated version of the Killing Joke, and then I'm in.
Yeah.
Right? So they're like, hey, we're doing Killing Joke. He's like, fuck it, I'm in.
Yeah.
I do hope they have Kevin Conroy for Batman, though.
Yeah.
Because,
man,
honestly, when I think of Batman, that, like, when I think of any Batman that isn't portrayed by a particular actor, like, if I just, if I'm reading a Batman comic, for instance, I'm hearing Kevin Conroy's voice in my head as I'm reading it, right?
Yeah. Joker and Batman to me will always be Mark Hamill and Kevin Conroy.
Yeah.
And I don't think anything will ever outdo that. It's probably just how I grew up watching the animated series. But yeah. Anyways, Wonder Woman news.
Yes. Trailer for the movie.
Sort of.
Well,
not really a trailer, just sort of like a spot.
Yeah,
on
like
a show.
A spot for the movie. But anyway.
And it definitely is World War I, and it looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
I thought it looked interesting. Little backstory and whatnot to it as well. And I think it goes back even further than World War I. I think it goes back to like ancient Greece as well, as far as I can tell, because she's ancient Grecian.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool.
Just as long as we don't do another fucking thing like that Wolverine movie. Where it like you see all the wars that Wolverine has gone through since he was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
And I just knocked over Metroid. Oops.
No.
Good Metroid. Wait. Would you say that this is the last copy of Metroid on this property right now?
Yes.
I have captured it. The last Metroid is in captivity. The galaxy is at peace. Anyway.
I was prepared for that one. Like,
I know you
30
were.
seconds earlier.
I know you were. I know. I knew you knew exactly where I was going with that. I gotta be me, right? But yeah. So I'm like, I was never as big on DC as I was on Marvel stuff growing up. The only DC shit I really cared about was Batman, because Batman is fucking Batman.
Yeah.
Right? But at the same time, like, I'm pretty excited for this because it is the first major, female superhero movie that we're going to get.
Yeah, even before Marvel did it, too.
Yeah, like, Marvel has yet to give Scarlett Johansson her own fucking Black Widow movie, which they really need to get on. Just saying.
Not gonna happen.
No, it's not gonna happen. It should, but it's not going to.
Yeah. But the Giving Miss Marvel movie.
Yeah.
I think that's the only one, though.
I'd even settle for, like, a Black Widow and someone else movie, but, like,
Black
most
Widow
of
and
the...
Hulk.
Yeah.
Like, what would happen.
Yeah.
Although, the next Ant-Man will probably have Wasp, which will probably, like, Ant-Man and the Wasp, so she'll be, like, a main.
Yeah, but, I mean, like, I want one where, like, you do have your female main, but then you have, someone else, not necessarily a dude, but someone else as, like, their sidekick, so that you can, like, maybe say, oh, well, it's about two heroes, not just one, but still make it about the one, right? Marvel needs to do something like that. Like, yeah, Ant-Man 2, you'll have Wasp, but it'll still be Ant-Man 2. It won't be, Wasp the movie featuring Ant-Man.
Right, yeah.
Right? So, I mean, Marvel needs to step up their fucking game with shit like that, because I really hope that this Wonder Woman movie does well. I hope that it does fucking exceptionally well, because I want them to show that this can happen.
Yeah.
That this can be done.
I am a little bit concerned about how Batman vs. Superman is going to do. Because Batman is like a seller. Like,
Yeah.
everybody goes to see Batman, but I feel like Superman, like, takes away audience. Because people just don't like Superman. And, like, I get it.
I mean, on the other hand, though, part of this movie is about how people don't like Superman.
True.
So, I mean,
Fair point.
that might, it might kind of, like maybe reverse psychology some people in there.
Yeah,
Like, they're
maybe.
like, I like Batman and I hate Superman. This movie's about Batman and hating Superman. Fuck yeah, I'm in.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I can see that happen. It's still not going to do as well as the Marvel movies do.
No. But I'm still looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah, I will thoroughly enjoy it, even if it's bad, because I just like those movies.
Yep.
So.
Yep. I hated Man of Steel, but
Oh, yeah.
I watched
enjoyed
it, but I watched it, but I did not like it.
What did you not like about it?
Where to begin?
Concise.
Okay. How to condense this? Okay. It's not Superman. To start with. Like, I'm one of those people who... I don't hate Superman, right? I just find Superman to be incredibly uninteresting.
Yeah.
But he can be done right. Right? This was, like... They tried to do him right. But they, like, overshot... Like, okay, so, like, here's most Superman stuff. Here's Superman done right. They were aiming for that and just overshot. And just went completely in the opposite direction of like, your normal Superman. It's like somewhere in the middle of that, there's doing Superman right, and they just fucking skipped over it. Right? And then there was shit like the ridiculous fucking dubstep weapon. You can't even deny that's what that was.
Yeah, okay.
Zod was trying to destroy the Earth with the power of dubstep.
Yep.
That was fucking stupid. Zod acclimatizing to his powers like that on Earth was fucking stupid. Superman's neck snap on Zod, kind of stupid. If Superman...
No, I dig the next step. That gives me more of a feel for who Superman is, because it gives you a reason as to why he doesn't kill people anymore. Right?
I don't know. Like, I feel like Superman should be a hero who is also smart enough to find a way around having to do that. Right?
I don't see that, though. I don't think...
He's been doing that his whole life.
What, being a dick?
Well, yes, but...
That too. Anyway,
Surprise commentary from the
from the producer.
producer.
Then
Once again,
there was fucking Costner's whole "I'm gonna go stand in a tornado" thing. That was fucking stupid. The space dildos, those were kind of silly. That was funny, but you know that was just funny. But God, I had points. I don't remember what they were now. Well, then there was, of course, the entire like destruction of half of Metropolis and how many lives were lost and blah 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 that people have done fucking calculations of, and it's slightly staggering. And yeah, I know not really much you can do when you have to fight a dude who's trying to do all that shit anyways, but I mean, still, that was just like destruction porn for destruction porn's sake.
Yeah,
and I was like,
yeah, that was a bit overkill too.
Yeah, I think like the whole movie was just, it was kind of, yeah, you know what? To make it more concise, yes, that movie was overkill.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
I
didn't
honestly
like it.
You said that like Superman can be done right, and I don't think Superman can be. I think that's as close to right as it's gonna get, and they can try to like from here on out get it into the right spot, but it's not gonna be like right. It's going to be different, and I actually am kind of excited to see the DC universe a little bit different. It's not gonna be the way that we've read it in the comics. It's gonna be a little bit different.
I just think that the other problem that I'm having is the fact that they've turned, you know, their fucking primary color Superboy, or not super, poster boy, Superman. Fuck off. I'm tired and sick, so just don't even. But no, they took their fucking brightly colored, you know, like fucking poster boy for all that is good and whatnot, and turned him into this like sullen, depressing kind of individual. And then tried to pair him up with Batman, who's already fucking depressing as shit.
Yeah.
Right?
See,
and it's just like Depression the movie.
I expect, like, obviously Batman vs. Superman is going to be very dark. I expect from there on out it to kind of like go in different directions. Like, Wonder Woman's a World War I movie.
Yeah.
Right? So I expect a bunch of different things, and I imagine Justice League of America is probably going to be kind of Marvel-ish. Right? It's going to have like all sorts of different characters. It's probably going to be witty banter and shit like that. And
see, I really hope that by the end of Batman vs. Superman, they become the, like, because one of the things where Batman and Superman was definitely done right was in the DC animated universe.
Oh fuck, that was, yeah.
You know, like that was like the perfect fucking mix of Batman and Superman, right? And even in some of the movies, like fucking, I don't remember what it's called right now, but the one where basically Lex Luthor's the president and he's like fucking putting Batman and Superman on the run, and the fucking, you know, they're having to deal with all this shit, but at the same time they're like, you know, fucking palling it up.
Right.
Like that's I hope they can come to some kind of, you know, not necessarily like we're best buddies kind of thing, but like, you know, something where they can kind of have some kind of dynamic.
Yeah.
To them.
I can see there's going to be some. I hope that there's some sort of like Cap, Iron Man kind of thing going on, like the way it was before. I don't know what it's going to be like after Civil War.
Yeah,
but
yeah. Well, aside from, so was I. Tear for Tony.
Tear for Tony. Hashtag
Tear for Tony. Get it trending.
Yeah. But needless to say, I'm just excited about all the superhero movies coming out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, and I'm actually looking forward to Ben Affleck as Batman. I want to see how this is going to go down.
It's so weird with him with all those muscles. Like, muscles I didn't know what could actually exist on a person. Like, he is fucking ripped right now. It's crazy.
Yep. And speaking of Ben Affleck as Batman, how about that Suicide Squad trailer?
Oh, yeah.
Because, you know, he shows up in that briefly.
Not in the trailer.
No, not in the trailer, but he does show up in the movie briefly.
Yeah.
You know, we know that. He
Yeah,
rides
at
on top of the
least
Joker's car and shit like that.
Yeah. I personally liked the trailer because it makes me think of like a Guardians of the Galaxy with bad guys.
Yeah.
The whole like, was it Queen in the background?
Yeah.
And it doesn't really tell you anything about the movie.
No, I still have no idea who the fuck they're fighting.
Yeah.
What they're up against, no idea. But I will say I'd say I almost have more reservations about it now than I did before.
Because of seeing more of the Joker?
No, I'm like a lot of people are put off by Jared Leto's Joker, and I'm not really.
Yeah, I'm not. Obviously, at first, we all had reservations about those tattoos and stuff, and I kind of don't care. I know that it's just going to be a completely different take on the character, while still maintaining the absolute psychopath.
Well, yeah, I mean, in this case, he's like, he's psychotic. He's been a prison inmate, so he got all fucking prison tattooed up and shit like that, right? But no, it's more the fact that, like, I don't know, they're really trying to push this, we're the baddest of the bad kind of thing, and then they slap a fucking PG-13 rating on it. I mean, if I was doing a Suicide Squad movie, I'd shoot for a hard R. It might alienate some people, but
they never allow that for a superhero movie that doesn't have like
that doesn't have the words dead or pool in the title.
Yeah. See, the thing is, Deadpool is like obvious. If you're reading the comic, in the movie, you're gonna get what's in the comic. The comic is rated M, with Marvel's weird rating system they have, whatever the R rating is for them, and the movie's gonna be too. So if you're allowing a child to read the book, you may as well let them watch the movie because it's the exact same shit.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Like, I'll watch Suicide Squad, but I think after this trailer, I'm actually looking forward to it less than I was before.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit more intrigued because there's like all these little things that would sort of show the bad guy, but I still have no idea. Like, there's that scene with like, it looked like either like goo or like a bunch of metal was melted or something. It's hard to tell what it was. And yeah,
I'll have to give it another watch. But I mean, the first like little teaser for it left me kind of okay, all right. And now we've had a full trailer, and I watch it, and I'm just like, am I just not seeing something that other people are seeing? Like, everybody else is so fucking jazzed up for this now, and I'm just like, I mean, I'll watch it. Maybe it'll even be good, but the trailer hasn't really sold me. Just the fact that it's, a Suicide Squad movie. That's what sold me, right?
Yeah. Harley Quinn, I think she would play a really good Harley Quinn. I really missed the voice, the accent though. Like,
yeah.
And I get that everything's sort of a little bit different, and she looks the part so well. And she's such a good actress, she could do the voice too, and it just kind of frustrates me because she could do it so well, but she didn't do the voice, and we'll see how it turns out. But
Didn't call anybody puddin'.
She might.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I'm hoping for at least one Mr. J in there.
Yeah.
Mr. J. I can hope.
Yeah.
Because Harley's great.
Yeah.
And I'm really hoping this movie does good too. But like I said, it just hasn't grabbed me.
I'm gonna dig it.
I probably will too. Like I'm just saying, it's just the trailers themselves haven't really, psyched me up for it. I'm not feeling the hype like everybody else seems to be.
Yeah. I know a lot of people aren't feeling it either. We're all gonna see it though.
Yeah, well, of course. How can we not, right? But yeah, it's I'll be interested to see it.
Yeah.
But I'm not like psyched to see it. Tell you what I am psyched to see though.
Deadpool.
Aside from that, Laser Team.
Right.
Laser Team. Going to see that in 2 days of this. After 2 days from the day this is recorded.
Probably the day this is up.
Probably the day this is up. Yeah. In fact, if you're watching this on Wednesday the 27th, I'm probably watching Laser Team right now and probably enjoying the shit out of it.
This is going up Thursday. Sorry.
Ah, damn it. Well, I watched it yesterday. Maybe I'll have a video up to tell you how much I liked it. There's already a report saying that it's the best Fantastic Four movie ever. That's actually true.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. It's not hard to do.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But yeah, so I guess let's disappear and come back for another segment. So, exciting toy news. Very exciting for me. So, for those who know, they know. For those who don't know, though, shut up. I'm still tired and sick. Shut the fuck up. While I'm not big on, the current Power Ranger stuff and many of the seasons that I missed over the years, we talked about this before, that I do watch a lot of Super Sentai, and my favorite Sentai series of all time, Gosei Sentai Dairanger. The original Mighty Morphin White Ranger and the Thunder Zords and the Tiger Zord for the White Ranger were all taken from Dairanger and adapted into the second season of Power Rangers. However, they kept using the suits from the previous series, and they had to do a bunch of new scenes shot and mishmash and a bunch of stuff and whatever else, but that's beside the point. The point I'm making is the Thunder Zords have finally gotten a Legacy series release. So the Legacy series is basically a more high-end collectible Power Rangers series, wherein in most cases a brand new sculpt of a toy with a lot of like die-cast metal parts and shit like that, based on one of the old toys, right? So for example, it started off with the Legacy Power Morpher, right? Which was an upscaled replica of the Morpher used by the Power Rangers.
Ben is hungry.
Ben is hungry. An upscaled version of the Morpher used by the Power Rangers, it's like Morphin' Time, right? That whole thing.
Yeah.
With new electronics, new metal coins, new metal faceplates for it instead of like plastic and everything
That's
else,
right.
right?
The coins with like the animals on it.
Yeah. So I got that, of course. I got the Legacy Morpher. They've since done a gold Legacy Morpher for the Green Ranger and White Ranger. They've done a movie Legacy Morpher, which is all super fucking shiny and looks like the ones that they used in the movie, which was just kind of weird.
As a kid, I loved Power Rangers, and I loved that movie. I even saw it in theaters, and I had it on VHS. I never noticed that the Morphers were like shinier.
Mm-hmm.
I never noticed that.
Well, not only were they shinier, the design of them was different. Like, they were the same Morpher, but instead of, Power Rangers written around the area where the coin goes in,
Right.
and having black striping along the sides with a little zigzaggy kind of whatevers, they instead had the circle and the zigzaggy things in the color of the Ranger with nothing written on it.
Oh.
They were set in the belt buckle piece, so they never actually opened them.
Right.
And you only ever saw the Morphers once, and then they had the coin in it, and the coin came out, and then you had a fucking pose, whatever, right?
Right.
But yeah, so they replicated that with the movie Morpher, but they've only got one version out, and it's the White Ranger. So you can get the I think the Tiger coin and the Falcon coin with it. It's the only one that actually has the Falcon coin, so that's kind of cool. Falcon Zord, by the way, is going to be the next Legacy release. Cool shit. But so yeah, they started off with the Legacy Morpher. They've done the Legacy Dragon Dagger, which is like the Green Ranger's little flute flute knife thing.
Yeah.
Flute knife. We'll call it a flute knife from now on.
Flife.
Flife.
That sounds like a dirty word.
It really does. And of course I've got that as well. They recently released the Legacy Blade Blaster, which was the sidearm of the Power Rangers. It was a little gun that also was a little sword type thing.
Right.
And I mean, it's got flip out blades, sound effects, shit like that. I really want to get it. They also did Legacy Saba, the white tiger saber thing for the White Ranger.
Did the saber talk sometimes?
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Yeah, Saba talked. They actually got the voice actor to come in and record new lines for it, which is pretty great. You press a button and the mouth starts moving and he starts talking and shit.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's that fucking big. It's huge, right? When you're comparing it to the toys that were fucking that big or whatever for kids, right? And then you get the fucking 1-to-1 scale fucking Saba replica. Need to get that still too. Very cool. But they've also done new versions of the old Megazords. So you get fucking now they started off with the original dinosaur Megazord with metal parts and new paint job and new stickers and shit like that. But it was based on the 'cause you remember I mentioned last time that in 2010 they did sort of a revamp of the original series with like new transitions and effects and a few different things added and whatnot. So for that line, they also released a new version of the Megazord, which was a little more show accurate. Right? So it was a new mold, compatible with their Zord Builder set that they were working on at that point, which basically everything has compatible ports and pegs, so you can like mix and match all the shit from all the seasons.
Right.
So they made this compatible with the Zord Builder system, and released it, and it was all right. And then they took that one, made some of the parts out of metal instead of plastic, gave it new, even better stickers that were shiny and cool and whatnot, and new paint and whatever, and we're like, boom, Legacy Megazord, right? And now it's been outdone on every level by every release after it, because instead of stickers, they all have raised painted details and shit now. Nice. So they're like so much better. But like, for example, the Dragon Zord, which was the next one to come out, has full-on like molded detail everywhere there was stickers on the original. It looks amazingly show accurate and a lot more like the suit that the on-screen actor was wearing for like, you know, the fight scenes and whatnot. It looks a lot more like that than it did like the actual toy or miniature that they used for like sequences.
Yeah.
So looks fantastic. Fucking tail, which was originally like, you know, this and then a second segment and then a whole thing, is now like a bunch of different individually molded segments that you can stretch out or contract.
Oh, it even has like the little like it like pops to stretch.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah,
so I knew that it was like almost spiny.
Yeah.
But
so
cool.
that's so on the Dragon Zord, that's what they have, and then they used the same kind of thing for Titanus, the Ultra Zord, which is like a big fucking Brachiosaurus that the Dragon Zord combined to the Megazord could like sit in and become like, you know, this big ultimate, their Ultra Zord, right?
Yeah.
And Titanus's neck, because it was a Brachiosaurus, could also also had the segments that could like move around and shit. And everyone was hoping that if they ever did the Thunder Megazord, that the Red Dragon would have that for the head and tail.
Yeah.
Which it does.
Nice.
Which is fucking awesome. But yeah, we weren't sure that they were going to do a Thunder Megazord. Eventually, though, they released the Legacy Tiger Zord. Right? Tiger Zord, also pulled from Die Ranger, so of course I had to have that because fuck yeah, Die Ranger. They released the Tiger Zord, and everyone was like, okay, does this mean they're going to be doing the Thunder Megazord? Right? Yeah, I'm getting to that. So, when it was released, people found out that it had all of the transformation and Zord Builder ports and everything else necessary to combine it with a Thunder Megazord if they did make one. Mm-hmm. So they're asking Bandai at conventions and shit like that. They're like, hey, so Thunder Megazord coming next? And they're like, you know, we've heard that people want that. So we designed the Tiger Zord with the ability to combine with it if we ever did decide to make it. And yeah, we're doing it.
Nice.
And I was like, fuck yeah. Because Daireno, the Thunder Megazord, right, in Japan, in Die Ranger, he was Daireno, their giant fucking robot. Easily one of my favorites in all of fucking Sentai history. Probably Daireno favorite, Gokaio second favorite, and I think probably Deca Ranger Robo my third favorite. Because it was smaller than most of them, but it was also a lot more maneuverable than you tend to see. Obviously, the toy was still really bulky and couldn't really move, but like in the show, it was a lot like it was like a slimmed down robot. Like it wasn't, you know, your big fucking bulky fight monster kind of robot.
Yeah,
it was fucking rolling around and shooting its gun and all this other shit. It was pretty fucking cool. But yeah, so Daireno with its giant fucking sword and its awesome, like, its finishing attack was literally like it just boom, charged energy in the sword, brought it up, slashed down, and like cut through fucking anything. Big crazy like electricity and all this other shit. And it had like a fucking like old style like Japanese painting behind it of like mountains and waves and shit. That's when cool. when it was charging up and then would cut. Always looked fucking awesome. And I really liked the sword too. The sword looked pretty fucking cool. So the Legacy version is out now, so we can finally see what all it actually does. So that's how we can now confirm, yeah, the fucking neck and tail of the dragon fucking move all crazy all the way around. It's insanely show detailed, right? Like the original Power Rangers version that we got, which I never had and always wanted because it was fucking cool, but I was also at that age where like not liking the Power Rangers was the cool thing to do, so I was like, oh fuck that shit, right? Like I don't give a shit about that. Went deep down, I was like, dude, I fucking want that, that's awesome, right? I tried too much to please other people back in the day. Obviously I don't do that now, because now I'm just like, no, fuck it, I want that,
Yeah.
right? I don't give a shit what people think. But it had stickers of like the Power Rangers signature lightning bolt detail like all over fucking everything, and they changed the color of the lion's head, because in Die Ranger they didn't have a Black Ranger, they had a Green Ranger,
Yeah.
right? And his mecha was the lion. So the lion, as it moved along, had like a green face, green like striping along and whatnot. And even in Power Rangers, it had all that. But when it came time to release the toy, they're like, well, I mean, technically this is the Black Ranger Zord, so we're gonna, make it black instead, even if it's not quite show accurate, because hey, we're slapping these fucking lightning bolts on it and everything anyways.
Yeah.
So there was that. There was a few plastic colors changed. Basically, it just didn't look very show accurate by comparison to the Japanese one. So if I was gonna get it, I would want to get the Japanese one. But there's a price tag of, $400, $500 fucking dollars to get.
Jesus.
I mean, it was released in '93, right? So we're at like 2016 now, so fucking it's been off the market for how fucking long? Plus, demand from collectors and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
So this legacy version, I'm not sure what the Canadian retail on it is. I think it's probably about $250, right? Which is considerably more reasonable to me. Plus, it looks more show accurate. The paintwork is great. The fucking sword is like the blade's chromed. The hilt is silver with a gold handle.
Yeah.
It fits into like an ornately detailed fucking gold, picking out all the fucking raised details and shit scabbard that even has a chain hanging off of it, like it had in the show.
That's awesome.
Something that was never included on the original figure. Right?
Yeah.
It's actually got the fucking chain, and it looks like it's a properly fucking metal chain too, right? So you can have him all standing there like, holding his fucking sword with the chain hanging down and looking all fucking badass. So I really, really want this.
That's cool.
Plus it comes with all the parts that one would expect for this. There was a formation of the other 4 Zords where they would like stick together on this thing and become like a flying, basically chariot that the fucking Red Dragon in its robot mode could land on top of and ride to fucking victory.
Right.
They do include a plate that you can attach everything to that actually holds pretty fucking sturdy, as I've seen on some videos. So that you can do that form, or
Right.
you can fucking have them all just laid out, or you can have them all combined together, or you can, of course, combine them with the Tiger Zord.
Right.
So they'll mix and match and be all fucking badass, and I am really looking forward to getting it.
And that's available now?
It's out now. Not every store has it yet. It's Toys R Us exclusive, as any of the legacy stuff is. So next time I'm out checking fucking Toys R Us, I'm gonna have to go look and see if they have it.
Yeah.
Because if they do, it's time for me to save some money and get that shit. I'm really excited. It's a great and terrible time to be a toy collector, because so many great things, so it's a fucking awesome time. Expensive as shit, so terrible time.
Yeah.
I'm going to spend so much money.
You need more room.
Oh no, fuck that. I've got plenty of room in there still.
For the big things, though?
Well, I mean, I say big. It's not that big.
Oh, is it really only that?
Yeah, it's the same size as my other Megazords.
Oh, okay.
Right? So, that's, yeah. Anyway, I think I've, again, rambled on enough about this.
That was interesting, though.
Yeah, I try. I'm gonna have to get you watching the rest of Die Ranger one of these days.
Yeah, we watched a couple episodes of that, and it was hilarious.
Yeah, well, it was cheesy as shit.
Yeah, it's great. And fucking things you don't even see in the American version, like puppets with guns.
Yeah, fucking puppets with guns. What the hell?
Anyways, that was good. Next segment. This segment? We bought a Retron 5. I bought a Retron 5 just on a whim. I was like, I got an email actually from Amazon. It was like, hey, we got Retron 5s. And I was like, okay.
Buying one.
Yeah,
Oh.
it was $165, which is cheaper than I thought it was.
Nice.
But
Not bad at all.
yeah, and it shipped in like a day. Like I ordered it, pretty sure on Saturday, arrived Monday morning before I went to work.
Yeah, it was apparently supposed to arrive like next Friday.
Yeah,
So like yesterday, if you're watching this on Saturday.
yeah,
Yeah. So it was supposed to arrive yesterday. Instead, it arrived like 5 days ago.
before.
Yeah, 5 days before yesterday. 5 days. No, 5 days before. It arrived on Monday. Fuck it. Whatever.
Yeah,
I can't numbers and days right now.
it works great. I enjoy it.
Yeah, we just did a little bit of testing on it to see how it's going to show up before we started recording this, because a big thing about it is there is an incredible backlog of retro games here and some there and whatnot that we are eventually going to want to play. And the thing about it is, playing it on the original system, you don't have any kind of HD output.
And my capture doesn't capture audio properly from it, so that doesn't really work for us, and I just kind of want to not have to deal with that.
And like, if you've been watching, if it's out at all yet, our Metroid playthrough, we switched from emulation to then differently set emulation to then Virtual Console on the Wii U, and the Virtual Console just didn't. It looked kind of muddy.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
We could like. The frame rate was a lot better. Everything was flashing correctly, so we could actually see what the hell we were doing. But at the same time, like, the quality just wasn't there. This thing plays fucking old school games, which is why we've actually got Metroid sitting here right now. Also because we did say, hey, we actually own a cartridge of this. We're just emulating because we have to. And then we said we'd prove it. There's the proof right there. This is a copy of Metroid. But anyway, so this thing will provide like a vastly superior capture source for any games from fucking NES to Famicom to fucking Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, and even Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance games. We'll be able to play them on there, fucking HD output to the TV, and just enjoy the shit out of it.
Yep.
So I am vastly looking forward to the things that we're going to be able to do with this.
And man, it does it works because it is an emulator at its heart. It's an emulator. It dumps the ROM from the cartridge onto the internal storage, so you can I think it has built-in Game Genie stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, so I think actually no, it's not built in right away, but you can actually get an SD card with actual Retron stuff that will attach to it.
Right on.
But yeah,
Or just plug a Game Genie into it.
actually yeah, we could do that. Since
Yeah.
I have two.
Yeah. That is something we could do.
Oh,
There it is.
and the biggest thing about obviously this console is not just all of the different games that it can play, but you can use the actual controllers.
Yes. Or you
And-
can use, say for example, you want to play a Sega Genesis game, but you'd prefer to play it with a Super Nintendo controller.
Easy peasy.
Can do. Which is badass, because for fucking old school gaming, I find nothing better than the fucking Super Nintendo controller.
Yeah.
Unless I'm playing an original Nintendo game and need only the B and A buttons. But I mean, even still, we can play with a Super Nintendo controller and map the controls so that it's Y to shoot and B to jump
Yeah.
for Metroid.
Which is what I was doing actually.
Which will make it so much easier for both of us.
Yeah. The other great thing was, I don't remember what I was going to say. Something else great about it, obviously.
Is it the fact that it will, in addition to taking Super Nintendo games, take Super Famicom games in the same port?
That's cool too, yeah. I need to get some Super Famicom games though.
There are a couple I can think of that would be really great to get a hold of.
Yeah.
Yeah. For example, any of the side-scrolling Dragon Ball Z fighter games. I don't even know how much those would cost. I'm gonna have to
beat
look
'em
that up.
Beat 'em up?
Well, no, like fighting games, like
Oh, so the
1v1
2D
fighting.
fight, 2D
Yeah, 2D
fighters.
fighters, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but also, I mean, the Super Nintendo and Super Famicom were fucking great for side-scrolling beat-em-ups, and there were a lot that were only released in Japan that might be kind of fun to play.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever played any of the, just by emulating or whatever, played any of the Sailor Moon beat-em-up games.
No.
Oh, dude, they're good.
That sounds great.
They're fucking good. Hell, even if we have to emulate that shit, I say we play those one of these days. Because that would be fucking badass. Yeah, no, There was like legit fucking proper fucking side-scrolling beat 'em up Sailor Moon games.
That's great.
Also, there was a Super Famicom Kamen Rider game that was also a beat 'em up.
Like sort of like the Power Rangers game, kind of.
A bit, yeah. Including the fact that like at any point during the stage you could transform if you wanted to, and your attacks would start doing more damage and whatnot.
Right.
I don't think there was like a power meter you had to build up like the Power Rangers game. I think it was just at any given time you could press a button and all of a sudden, Daida Henshin!
Right.
And I believe it is 2-player as well. I think you can play as Ichigo and Nigo, so that'd be pretty great.
Ichigo? Isn't that 1, 2, 4? Ichigo?
No.
Or 1, 2, 6?
No, Ichi 1, and then Go in this case is not the number 5, which Go, but basically a suffix meaning number. So he's number 1.
Oh, gotcha.
Right? And then Nigo is number 2, right?
Okay.
So yeah, when they refer to Kamen Rider Ichigo and Kamen Rider Nigo, they're basically Kamen Rider number 1 and Kamen Rider number 2.
So it's not Kamen Rider number 1 and Kamen Rider B?
Yeah, it's not Kamen Rider Playa 1 and Kamen Rider Playa B.
Oh, what I forgot that I was gonna say, is that even though it is emulation, it feels like you're actually playing on an actual console.
Wait. What about games that have internal saves?
That's interesting. You can actually plug the cartridge in and rip the saves from the battery onto the console, and even then, if you want to put them back, like new saves on the cartridge, you can do that too.
What if I want to keep the save I have on my cartridge, but save a different save on the system?
Yeah.
That's possible?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like you don't even. I don't think you have to touch.
Will
that.
it save? Will it save a game?
Actually, that's a good question. If you only have one save on the cartridge, but if you set it to save to the console, then you should be able to do that just fine using save states.
My other question, of course, is what about a game where the save battery is dead? We could actually save.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like my Pirates. I got Pirates in like 1995, maybe even earlier than that. And I just thought the game was broken. The save battery had died by then at that point. It wouldn't save. And yeah, it's one of those games where you kind of need to save, so we would leave it on for weeks at a time. And yeah.
Because I've got a copy of Leaf Green that has no save battery.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're emulating Leaf Green for the Nuzlocke
Yeah,
anyways.
I guess we'll have to finish it
But, yeah.
that way. But
Because, I mean, it's not exactly like... Can you, though?
Mm-hmm.
Can you take the save and somehow move it to the Retron and we can play it on there?
that, I'm sure there's a way I have to mod something with the SD card to actually get an emulated save onto there. Because I don't think it would save the same format.
Probably doable, but whatever, we'll just keep doing it the way we do it.
We'll just keep doing it the way it is for now.
Anyway, point is, we have new HD capture ability for old games, and that's going to make things look a million fucking times better on the channel. Or on the other channel, not this channel, obviously, because this is the podcast channel. We're talking about the gameplay channel, you know, the one that everybody actually watches.
Yeah, that one.
That one. The one that has, 17 subscribers to this one's like 4?
Do we actually have 4?
I think so. I'm gonna check right now. See what our subscriber count is at this exact moment where we're recording. There was a problem with the network. Fuck you.
Fuck you, and fuck the network.
Come on, YouTube, load faster. There we go. Subscriptions. That's John Bailey. I know that guy. I don't know that guy, but I've talked to that guy a couple times.
I recently saw a copy of Snow Brothers going for $200 American. I've had that game since I was like 8.
Ooh, Cape Feathercast has 6 subscribers.
When
We're moving up in the world.
very slightly.
What's Cape Feather Plays got? Because we got a video from that. The highlights from 15 to 16. Yeah, okay, I was right on that one. So yeah, the one that has 10 more subscribers than this channel.
My personal channel has 19 subscribers and it has 101 videos on it.
My personal channel has 70 subscribers, but it's been up for like 8 fucking years. I doubt that those 70 people actually watch my stuff.
Yeah.
In fact, some of those I bet are accounts that don't even exist anymore or just have no activity.
Probably, yeah.
But at the same time, hey, that's a fucking personal milestone for me. I have 70 subscribers. Go watch my toy reviews. I plan to do more soon. Like, look, here's Combiner Wars Streetwise. He's gonna be in front of a camera soon. Same camera, in fact, that he's in front of right now, but for different reasons.
Yep.
I still intend to do that 10 shots, 10 bots thing. But that'll have to wait for a day when I'm not working the next day.
And also not sick.
And also not sick, yes, because that could make me very ill, and that would be bad.
Yep.
So yes, look forward to the great things that we plan to do with this Retron, and I figure that's probably a segment.
That's a podcast.
That's a podcast. Well, I suppose we'll catch y'all next time, so keep it here on the Cape Feather Cast channel, and let's bump up past 6 subscribers. Yay?
Ben.
Yes.
I think he was still out of frame though.
Probably.
You just like, you see that our light gets blocked, and you're like, oh, it's Ben. Bye.
Maybe Ben's imaginary. What if Ben is that person that we just made up and he's actually not there? Has anybody ever even seen Ben?
Hand wave.
That could have been one of us.